Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be discussing XRP, Bitcoin, and pretty much the entire market as well. Really going into depth on what has recently happened. But before we get into this video, I just want you guys to know I do have a free Discord that you guys could join and pretty much talk about crypto, learn more about crypto and everything like that. It's down in the description below. It's absolutely free. I don't ask you guys for any money to join or anything, so I figured I would let you guys know that. But before we jump into this real quick, I just want to know your guys' overall opinions in the comments about Elon Musk and pretty much this entire market manipulation that's going on. So yeah, I'd love to hear about it, so definitely leave some comments down below. But let's jump into this, right? So this is coming from MacAttack XRP. He's saying it just seems like the SEC is trying to buy time for its Bitcoin and Ethereum masters. They don't care about any damage they do to the XRP holders or how much they cost the taxpayer. Their only concern is the corruption they are deeply involved in. And we actually see here, we see central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, a comparative review. Now this is coming from today. And we see Bitcoin, Ethereum rejected as the basis for CBDCs. CPA, Australia's professional accounting organization in Australia that has been working since 1886 with more than 166,000 employees in over 150 nations globally. They have published a report called Central Bank Digital Currencies, a comparative review. The document has revealed that the French central bank has been discussing Ripple and XRP as the possible basis for launching the digital euro. And I think that this is very interesting and actually overall important to note because I don't think that Bitcoin and Ethereum would be the basis for CBDCs. I mean, let's actually look at it from a standard point of view, right? Because we already know if we look over here at the XRP ledger, right? And we go to the statistics, we could basically see here that XRP is doing 3 to 5 second settlement times, super low cost, 1,500 transactions per second, which we now learn that it's over 65,000. But look at Bitcoin. I mean, 3 transactions per second. I think Ethereum's like 15 transactions per second. And the cost to move it is significantly higher. So, I mean, why would they use Bitcoin or Ethereum for the basis for CBDCs? I mean, it just makes sense to use something like Ripple or and XRP because we already know that the XRP ledger will be essentially the tech that these CBDCs build on, and then utilize XRP as the fee source that could actually people charge the fees through XRP. So it would only make sense because it would allow scalability, low cost transactions, settlement times of like 3 to 5 seconds. So I highly doubt that Bitcoin and Ethereum would ever be used for anything in the financial district because it just doesn't make sense. But also, we have this, right? So this is coming from CNBC. This was actually just posted. This is Bitcoin falls after Elon Musk tweets breakup meme, right? And the funny thing about this is, me personally, I don't like billionaires talking about crypto. I've talked about this so many times. I've mentioned that I think that they should really just kind of stick to their own business. There was a tweet saying, Bitcoin is under scrutiny of Elon Musk now. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, Elon Musk should just kind of stick to space and kind of leave crypto alone and leave this market alone. Some will argue that, he's trying to help the market by getting regulations added in because he's shown proof that one man could manipulate the market. Listen, if I had over 55 million followers and I was, saying, hey, Bitcoin's garbage, and I'm a reputable person, right? Because we already know that he has cult followings, then obviously you can manipulate any market, right? Even if he tweeted about the stock market, he could manipulate it easily. But the only reason why he's not tweeting about the stock market is because there's regulations in the stock market so that he would actually get arrested and face fines and stuff. So yeah, I think regulations for crypto overall would be a good thing, but I doubt that that's the reason why he's doing this, right? I think the main reason why he's doing this is, one, some people just like to watch the world burn, but also two, he's making money off of people selling. I mean, he's basically buying your cheap bags. But yeah, I mean, we could read here some key points. This will actually kind of sum it up. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted a meme about a couple breaking up, adding the hashtag Bitcoin and a broken heart emoji. Bitcoin fell nearly 6% to a price of 36,432 at around 3 a.m. Friday, according to data from Coinmetrics. And we actually are a little bit higher than that. We have some key points to look at in terms of that as well. And then we could see the tweet here. I just think that at the end of the day, it's just kind of ridiculous. We also see here Bitcoin had a wild year, reaching a high of 64,000 before plummeting to 30,000. Again, market manipulation. I mean, it's just insane to me how manipulated this market can be, especially just by one person. It's honestly sad, right? Especially if we are, pro crypto. We want to see adoption happen. We want to see project, innovation. It's sad to see these people making a mockery of cryptocurrency, especially somebody like Elon Musk, who was saying crypto's the future, invest in it now, and it's just disgusting, to be honest. But nonetheless, now next we have this article from today. It's saying CBDCs will eventually kill Bitcoin. Edward Chancellor explains why, right? And we see down here, now I'm going to just read this pretty quick. I'm not going to do a deep dive in it, but central bank digital currencies will eventually kill Bitcoin. Edward Chancellor, a financial historian, journalist, and investment strategist, believes. Here's how Chancellor explains his take in an interview with Reuters. And then we see down here, he's saying these days the central banks of multiple leading economics such as Japan, the US Fed, the ECB, and developing countries as well are looking into digital currencies seeking to launch their own CBDCs. He's saying the People's Bank of China, PBOC, is the leader at the moment, as it has been testing the actual use of the digital yuan by consumers. And this is basically why he's saying that it could be killed or killing Bitcoin and also possibly even Ethereum too, if we look at it. It's saying CBDCs are easier to print and distribute than cash. The financial historian stated the first CBDC issuance is likely to raise inflation. However, after that, governments and central banks are likely to make a more or less fixed emission of their digital coins, slightly more lavish than 21 million Bitcoins. When banks get it right with CBDCs, Edward Chancellor assumes this will kill Bitcoin. Overall, the historian opinioned changes in the form of money are normal, as he gave it the example of introducing paper money in the past to replace metal coins. And honestly, if we look at this right, we could see it possibly killing a lot of, stuff like Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that, because at the end of the day, these CBDCs will be far more efficient. All right, that's the best way that I could describe it. It's more efficient overall because they will be cheaper, scalable. Finality will be insanely rich with the 3 to 5 second finality time because they most likely will utilize Hedera and or XRP with, of course, the XRP ledger. So yeah, I could definitely see this killing Bitcoin or Ethereum and pretty much replacing the dollar in terms of utilized more often. The dollar is still going to be a thing. We already know that. We already read about it. We've done the research. But I'm still excited to see these CBDCs be brought into place and also see what's going to happen with XRP and or Hedera. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin, right? So I have a few things here to really talk about. We were doing incredibly good today, right? This is the 1 hour chart. If we go to the 1 day, it is massive, right? And I posted a chart on Twitter, right? We were basically around this level here. And I said, if we retest this level here at that 37.7K mark, it wouldn't be too bad to pretty much bounce off of. And that would pretty much put us into this glorious 786 Fibonacci level to reach that 40K mark and go pretty much higher, right? But what ended up happening was we kind of started to bounce off of it, right? We were kind of getting a little bit excited here. We were saying, all right, maybe we could possibly, go to 39K to reclaim it and then go to 40K. But what ended up happening was we got rejected off of this level here, that 38K level, and then we came down, broke through the trend line, broke through the support at that 37.3K mark. Once that was broken, I said, all right, I'm kind of taking a little bit of my profit and then I'm going to be rebuying lower. Because I always said, and I even said in my live stream yesterday, always sell resistance, buy support. So, I mean, once I seen this broke, I knew that we were going much lower, because once we break a support level, we could pretty much guarantee, which is a strong word, that we are going to go a little bit lower. Now, it's not always like that. It just has a higher probability of happening. So, once this was broken, I sold a little bit, bought back in this zone here. And the reason why I bought back in this zone here is because if 36.5K's lost, right, which we did lose it a little bit. We came down past the 60 or the 36.3K mark. We could see 35.5K, right? That's this zone down here. This is that major support level. If 35.5K is lost, we could see 33.5K get retested again to go much lower. Now that would be a significant drop from our current level. Now, right now, I will say it is hard to tell what's exactly going to happen, because we know right now that this market is extremely volatile. It's extremely manipulated right now. I think there's more manipulation in this market now than it's ever been before. 2017, 2018, even 2013, the manipulation has never been this bad. So, right now we are back in the triangle. We are going to probably trade in this triangle for some time. I expect if we go lower, I will buy more, if anything. Now, we do got to watch for this line here being broken, which is the 36K zone pretty much, because that will break us down below this trend line here. Now, I know a lot of people don't like trend lines, but me personally, I do like them because they do tell us a lot of information overall. Like I said, we broke this trend line, and look at what ended up happening. So we really just got to watch overall in terms of price action. I would like us to reclaim the 37.3K zone, bring us back into the overall market structure that we were trading at before. Now, I do want to get back to the 618, which is the 38K zone. That would be great overall. The 702 is a very rich spot. That is that 39K zone. We couldn't really break above it too much. There was actually a ton of resistance there, right? So realistically, we could add a little bit of, this line here at 39K is just resistance overall, because I know that we broke a little bit above it at that 39.5K zone almost, but 39K is hard to hold right now. If we could break above 39K, hold it, then I would be very ecstatic, because that tells us that we're headed to 40K plus. But hey, we don't know what's going to end up happening. Right now, we're just back into this terrible spot that we were in for so long back here, and now we're just kind of back in it. So it could take us a little bit longer overall, but like I said, it's still pinpointing to my original date, which is that June 18th spot, which would be perfect for a full recovery process. Now, in terms of that, where would that put us in terms of like dates? Because, I know a lot of people like to know what would actually happen. So it would basically be 345 hours if we were looking at it in hours. But if we were looking at it in days, it's about 14 days, right? So, I mean, honestly, I think after that, we are probably clear to run. We got to still see overall, because I think that that's our full recovery plan. There is, like I said, a lot to look at in terms of the overall structure. Let me get rid of that Fibonacci level. There's a lot of lines here, so let me remove them so that we can see them a little bit more. So overall, we are still in this triangular zone. We broke up a little bit from it, but we are back in it nonetheless. So it's hard to tell where we're going to go right now. But like I said, there is a lot of lines to look at. I mean, they are support and resistance lines. But like I said, a clear break below 36K would bring us to that 35.5K zone. If 35.5K is lost, then we do go down to 33K most likely. And I don't want to see that happen. So it would be in our best interest if we could kind of just continuously trade in this triangle pretty much for a little bit of time. Now, we could get a little bit more of a breakout here very soon. Now that would put us at about overall 37,000. So a break above that 37,000.5 zone would bring us back into what we were doing before the whole Elon Musk charade that we've seen on Twitter. Nonetheless, guys, this has been Nick. If you guys do want to follow me on Twitter, you guys can at NCashOfficial. And like I said, the Discord down in the description is incredible if you guys do want more free content. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.